Welcome back to another episode of Who Am I to Judge podcast. I'm Alexis.
And I am Samantha. Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back. How are you doing?
I am doing pretty good. These days I just take it 1 second at a time, so I'm here, I'm alive, I am talking to you. Got little Jupiter right here getting on my nerves.
I see, yes.
He's in a whining phase and it's really, really annoying. So, yeah. He is one, but
I know Mellow's been pissing me off too.
What is little Mellow?
Well, this is the thing. She's like good in the house, but I feel like normally on walks she's like next to me, like she doesn't pull on the leash because I trained the shit out of her for it. But I've noticed, because I feel like she spent her like formative years in Austin, basically her first 2 years in Austin. Mm-hmm. She like fall weather, winter weather is like a treat for her. It's like she's like not used to that consistently, except like this is like she only had her first year of that last year. And so I have noticed that when it gets particularly like cold, because she's like a thick fur dog, it's like party time for this dog.
Yeah.
Like she's like jetting on the leash the minute we walk outside. She's like jetting the whole time, and I'm just like
mother, like daughter.
Yeah, I know, literally. I'm like, stay next to me, and I get a treat, and I move her back next to me, or I just stop, and when I stop, because of the training, she knows to like run back. But like literally the minute we just start walking, and she like jets off far, and I'm just like been annoyed. So I'm just like, I'm very, very annoyed with you. So that's been annoying. But other than that, she's obviously a little angel baby. How was your day?
My day was good. I know we didn't really talk today. I went to work and I took a yoga class at the studio, the yoga wall class, which was good. And then I just worked a lot, just getting things done. And then I came home I left around 2. I got home around like 3 something and hung out with Danielle for a little bit, walked the dogs together, and then really just came in here and we had our meeting. So it's just been a work day, but can't complain. What about you?
Same. I worked. It was like a lighter work day. I mean, I had like 2 meetings, but that's like pretty light for me in a day. And then I went to my workout class at 12. And then once I got back from my workout class and took a shower, I was like sore. I was like exhausted. I was like, I'm not going to do any more work than I have to. So I sent like a couple emails here and there. But other than that, I was like chilling. Tomorrow's another light day for me too. But I'm like not mad at it because for like next week, I have to do data collection in Harlem for the week, and then the next week after that I have to do data collection back in Clifton again. So it's like I have 2 weeks that I know will be like heavy working. So I'm like I'm kind of okay to take it easy this week. So I've just been chilling this week for real.
That's good. Well, I need to be calling you more because you're chilling. I'd be like, oh, she's working.
I know, you can call me more. Like literally tomorrow I have like one meeting at like 10:30, like 10:30 to 11, and I think that's literally it. And then I'm like chilling. So yes, call me anytime.
How was your time at home?
Oh yeah, Thanksgiving. It was great actually. I went home for Thanksgiving, me and little Mel's. I
didn't see you at all.
I know. When I tell you I was either working, last week I was actually working pretty hard. I was either working or I was like just doing stuff with my family. It was good though. Like I said, we went to my aunt Linda's house and that was really fun. The food was great. And then I came home because Akila was sick allegedly, so she didn't go to Aunt Linda's house, so like I had to bring the food back. So I was like, okay, that's fine. So I left like kind of early, but that's fine. I watched right? I watched a ton of Yellow Jackets, like literally. I watched Yellow Jackets. I finished season 1. I started season 2. Akila's like hooked on it now. I told her about it, but it was like fun. Like, we went to we went to Best Buy. We got the 5. We went so many places. I watched Mello at Maryland like every day. But yeah, it was like very good family time. I feel like sometimes when I come home, I'm just trying to like unplug. So I feel like that's exactly what I did. Like I literally probably talked to Julia like 4 times. Like I was out.
Really?
Like
I
whenever
was
Julia
thinking
always
you're
says,
like talking on the phone with her all the time.
Julia always says when I come home, I like when I go to Maryland, I like disappear. Like we don't really talk that
Oh
much.
my god!
Not in a bad way, but it's just like we
I
live
know. I'm
together.
just
It's like I'm like want to see my
surprised.
fam. I mean, we talk on the phone probably once a day, so it's like probably we
You just
talked
be
7
calling me
times.
like when you're. I just assume that y'all are like talking when you go to bed or something because I know when you're by yourself, you be calling
We
me.
do. Like I'll call that like that's the one call a day. So like I'll like call
Okay,
her
got
usually
it.
like at night. But like, you know, like I'm a terrible texter. So like she'll text me throughout the day, but I just like don't like I'll respond back, but it's like, you know, it's here. You know, it's while I'm
Don't
doing
take
other
it
things.
personally, Julia. She doesn't text us either.
I'm a
I'm just kidding.
terrible texter. And so like basically yeah, like we live together though, so I'm just like we literally will see each other
Yeah,
again. So
absolutely.
I try to prioritize my time in a way where it's like, okay,
Right.
I'm gonna be like, you know, more with
Present
my
with my
family and
family.
friends. Exactly. So
Hmm.
that's what happened. But yeah, how was your Thanksgiving before we get started?
It was good. It was good. Like it was kind of different this year because the last few years we've been like going out to eat.
Mm-hmm. That's
So this
right.
year Danielle really wanted to cook. So that was interesting because we went out the night before,
Mm-hmm.
so we were getting up and like
Mm-hmm.
and we turned up for real, so we we had a later start than we'd like, and
Mm-hmm.
it really is, you got to really plan to cook those things. So but luckily my mom saved the day because she was like, I'm gonna still be cooking.
Love it.
So I went over there, and Courtney actually came over there to my parents' house because she had to pick up some stuff that she left at my house. So she ate with me and my mom and stuff. So that was cool. I was happy that um Courtney could come and be like a sister, like the second sister, since Danielle was stressing over her food. So we ate and it was delicious. Oh my god. I took a plate back because Darren came over. Darren comes over a lot on Thanksgiving. And he's a childhood friend. And I brought him a plate back, and so it was fun. It was very chill. Had some leftovers, all that good
Love a good
stuff.
leftover, low vibrational
Did
plate.
you did you bring leftovers home?
I did. I brought Julia some macaroni and cheese, some potato salad, and 2 rolls. And then I brought back myself some Thanksgiving food and a piece of pie, a slice of pie. Yeah, we brought some stuff back home. Of
Okay.
course. Oh my God.
Okay.
But I showed you the picture that Julia sent me of like what she made. Remember, I was on the phone with you. I was like, that sounds like white
I
nonsense.
know. I know.
But it just
It
made me laugh. I'm like, white people
was it
just be eating
good?
like she said she got compliments, but again, like I showed it to
Okay.
Dee Dee and Dee Dee said yuck. So I don't
Oh,
know.
poor
Well, maybe we'll
Julia.
insert picture. It's like, look, she like I'm sure she took a lot of effort, but it's just like black people and white people when it comes to cooking are just on different planets. And so it was
Yes.
just like it just made me laugh because this was what it was. Brussels sprouts and carrots with olive oil, lemon, date syrup, and then the topping is toasted pistachios, dates, and goat cheese. Like, look, apparently she got a lot of compliments on it. I'm not knocking her cooking abilities. It's just that something that if she had brought to my black Thanksgiving,
It would have sat there.
it wouldn't have been touched. Okay. And so that's the difference.
Yeah. It
So I
would
had
have
a
definitely been like, lightly grazed, probably. But but yeah, I definitely I heard that some people were like trying new stuff on. I feel like every year there's like TikToks where like people are
mm-hmm.
in charge of something and like try something different. It's
Have you
like,
like seen
don't
the
do that.
viral TikTok of the onion boil?
Mm-mm.
You're not
No.
okay. Wow, it just goes to show we're on different sides of social media.
We are,
but basically, it's like viral. Like Brandy, the singer, her daughter did it. Like other like black celebrities have
What
done this.
is it?
I feel like it's Black TikTok, but it's basically like an onion that they put like butter and a bunch of like Cajun spices in it, and then they boil it in the oven, and then when you open it up, it's like it looks like it's like soft, like a boiled
like
onion,
a flour
but
opening.
it's like yes, but it's like oozing with the like buttery Cajun-y sauce. But people are just eating it straight, but it's just like it's literally just like
an onion,
And so it's just like
Yeah.
Julia thinks it's disgusting. I think it's disgusting. But I feel like it's a Black TikTok thing. Like a lot of like Black creators and Black people like have tried it. I'll send it to you.
Have you ever blooming onion? Have you ever had that?
That's fried though. Okay. This is boiled. Like this is imagine like if you grilled an onion in like on a saute pan, but keep it in its like form of like a round thing. It's like soft.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It is a little different, but I do love onions, so
maybe you should try it. And
remember when the Grinch took a bite of an onion on the Grinch? Yeah. You don't know the Grinch.
I know the Grinch. But let's get to it. Let's get to it. So, who should I ask you or you ask me?
You ask me because I feel like my thing is quick.
Who's on trial?
Well, I just wanted to quickly bring to the stand, I guess Drake, SZA, and Kendrick. I guess all three of them can come. I just really wanted to talk about the fact that today we got an announcement of a tour, Kendrick and SZA tour.
When does it start? Do you know?
I don't know.
You sent it to me. Let me look.
I don't know if I saw a date. I just saw like pre-sale starts.
They
kicks off in Minnesota on April 19th.
Yeah, I was about to say they released a calendar. Okay.
Ooh. Before wrapping up in DC on June 18th. So that's the last show. Okay. But yeah, I was just like very excited to see that. First of all, Kendrick and SZA going on tour together, like that is pretty iconic.
Is it?
I think so. Like I feel like we never get like I feel like people don't really go on tour together.
That's true.
That's like at that level, like that they could have their own tour. And I didn't get to see SZA at her last tour.
So that's what I'll get into my thoughts later, but you keep going.
So I just really love that. And obviously they've collabed a lot on the Grand National or GNX album. And this is the Grand National tour. And so, then I also just wanted to bring up the fact that, like, I know that Drake is just, like, he cannot take it over there. Like, he is so, I just know he is so mad. Like, the fact that SZA is, I just feel like SZA was kind of the mole, like, that was, like, giving like, I think she was kind of in Drake's camp. And like not in her camp, but just like they randomly remember she was in the Rich Baby Dad video with
I did not know that.
Yes, with Sexy Red, Drake, and
that's interesting.
And SZA. And remember they like had beef before. Like I feel like Drake
they dated, right? Or she definitely had sex with Drake. I know there was something like that. Yeah.
And then it was like kind of like went weird. And then so this, like, I'm like kind of putting it together, like, oh, they like came back around for this video. And I just feel like SZA just absolutely out Scorpio'd Drake. Like she.
What do you mean by that? Tell us more.
Well, they're both Scorpios. So it's like they are, just, and I feel like obviously like there's a range of that, but some parts of Scorpios is just like seeking revenge and just like I'm gonna get mine, like I'm gonna like
oh that's funny,
I'm gonna get my lick back. So I feel like SZA just did the ultimate lick back by like having a issue with Drake before, kind of coming back around, acting like it was cool, and then popping out on all of his album.
Enemy.
Yes, his literal enemy on his album, multiple songs, and then now to drop this tour. I just feel like he has to be sick. Like, I feel like Drake has to be sick. And also, I also just feel like Drake, I just can't imagine being Drake right now. Like, I feel like Kendrick is just really, he's just really good at what he's doing right now. Like, Drake really picked the wrong one. Like, the fact that we just have like these upcoming things, like we're pretty sure that there's a part 2 of this album coming out because there was like clues in the video and whatever. And so the fact that there's like impending doom, it's like, okay, there's another album and then we have the Super Bowl. Like, I mean,
it's just like impeccable rollout until the Super Bowl, and then the Super Bowl then turns into the tour. Like, it's an impeccable rollout.
And I heard that it might come out, the album might come out like next week.
We'll
like
see.
That's what people are saying, like based on the clues in the video. But I just think that it's hilarious. Like, SZA
I'm just
really got her
curious
like that.
what SZA's gonna do at this concert. Just because I saw SZA in concert last year for my birthday, and it was amazing. It was great. And then, like, it's actually funny. The October, so the year before that, I saw SZA at Austin City Limits. And then this year, I saw SZA.
You've seen SZA a lot.
Yeah, this year I saw SZA at Governor's Ball in like June. And so I say that to say, and when I was at Governor's Ball and last year for my birthday, she obviously did SOS. When it was Austin City Limits 2 years ago, it was before SOS. Well, 2.5 years ago maybe. It was before SOS, but it was like still the same theme, like the shipwreck. She was like teasing it a little bit in her performance. Long story short, what I'm trying to say is, I wonder if SZA is going to drop Lana. Well, remember, like, I mean, last year she dropped like Lana is going to be her next album, and it's just, it's coming soon. So I wonder now if like Lana is coming, because I'm just kind of like, it would be, I don't know, to me I'm like, it would be kind of stupid to do another go at SOS tour.
I think it's coming. I think it's gonna come.
That's amazing. I mean, I cannot wait. I love Kendrick Lamar. I played the Big Steppers like nobody's fucking business. I played that thing down. I just listened to GNX, actually. Stop it. I listened to GNX a couple of days ago. I thought it was really good. I'm gonna continue to listen to it. I'm sure I'll be a fan by the time the like concert comes. I, though, am a SZA stan. Like, I have loved SZA since like 2013. So I hope that like Lana comes out, because I would love to see it. And that makes me think that Kendrick is probably heavily on Lana as well. Like, they're probably both.
We're gonna get another collab. It's so
exciting. Be good. This is a good era for music.
Yes, and their production for concerts is always good, and I feel like
SZA's is okay. I think I don't know, okay. Like, I'm not trying to be mean, but like I remember like leaving being like, oh, it was a good concert, but I don't think the mic was on. I feel bad saying that. I don't think the mic was on for most of that concert, but I didn't care because I loved the album so much.
Visuals and
the visuals were
the
okay. Well, I mean, I think it was very much like giving it's your first stadium tour. Like, like I think the expectations were low in that sense. Like, she had dancers, she had a theme, which was the shipwreck, but like the visuals were more so just like water in the background. It wasn't like visuals like Anna Beyond. Like, I don't think the only visual we saw of her was when she like was singing, oh my god, I forget what the song's called, but she was rapping it and like acting like she was changing into another outfit backstage, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But other than that, the visuals were like water and like ships, like it wasn't, it was her first stadium tour. Like it wasn't, it wasn't supposed to be the best thing ever. So
I'll say I did go to the Big Steppers tour. And he's like fully self-funded right now, so it was simpler than we've seen him on like Super Bowl stages where it's like a huge group of people that are like very in sync and all that stuff, but yeah, so we'll see what it's like. It is we'll see.
I think regardless it will be good. It's very exciting.
We're gonna be going to a lot of tours this summer.
Oh my god. And I do think Cowboy Carter's coming. I can't imagine. I was talking to Julie about this, and I know we'll move on, but I was talking to Julie about this the other day when we were walking the dogs, and I'm just like, to me it would just be no point of doing this random football games halftime show if it wasn't for a rollout. Like, you know, like if this wasn't the beginning of a rollout for a tour. Because I'm like, other than that, it's just like, okay, you randomly did the Baltimore versus Houston, Texas football game. Like, you know, it like
I
it's kind
know.
of random if it doesn't lead to like this is the beginning of a rollout. So I do think that
Yeah.
we're getting a tour
I mean,
announcement.
I hope so, but I still feel weird about it. Like, I don't know.
Hmm?
Renaissance, I just feel like it is, I don't know. I just am curious. I just need I've have lived with this album all year, so I need to see this performance to like I think visually see what this tour is going to look like,
Mm-hmm.
because part of me is just nervous about the
Mm-hmm.
theme of America and
Yeah.
cowboy
I
stuff.
don't
So
think
I'm
it's gonna
just
be that
like,
anymore. We just had a a malfunction.
I'm back.
I
Sorry
was just
about
gonna
that,
say,
everybody.
yeah, it's fine. I was just gonna say, I think that like one thing we've learned about Beyonce is that she like listens to us. So I do think this is gonna be more of a celebration of like
Does she?
black
Because
cowboys.
we've
Hell
been
yeah, she be
asking for these
listening.
visuals.
Okay, that's
Okay.
not happening. But other than that, I do think it's gonna be a more of a celebration of like the black cowboy, black country, black South like aesthetic and culture.
I again, you know that I always do this. I'm always just nervous about things when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
Beyonce, and then she always, exceeds my expectations. So yeah, we'll see. I still just am like, what I still feel like we just had a tour, so I feel like a little even weird just seeing like having another Beyonce tour to go to so soon.
Mm.
And I also am just like, okay, so are we playing Renaissance at all? Like, like what is the set list?
I am curious. That's actually a good question. I like because I have talked to you about this because I'm like we're gonna go from like this is my thing. I want to hear. I don't want to hear Diva. I don't want to hear Irreplaceable. Like
We
I
know,
want to.
Alexis.
I want to
We know you
hear
don't want to
Cowboy
hear Diva.
Carter and then maybe her cover like other like classic country songs by black
Or
country
doing
artists or the
more like
Chicks or
more Lemonade, like Hurt Yourself.
yes, or do more
Don't hurt
Lemonade.
yourself.
Yeah, Daddy's Lessons. I mean, there's so many things, and so that's what I'm hoping for. But we'll see. We'll see.
Alexis. That's what I'm saying. I just don't like. I feel like with other things, it's clear. It's like Renaissance. Okay, you're gonna do the whole Renaissance album. I mean, I just felt like she did a great job of putting all like so many of her amazing songs like into like medleys and stuff for
Mm-hmm.
Renaissance. So then this one is just like, I don't know. I'm just curious how it's all going to come together,
And
but
maybe it
I'll
won't
be
be
paying
the
attention.
traditional like stadium tour that we're thinking. Like
Yes, that's what
maybe it
I'm
will be like
thinking.
the
Like a
Sphere, or
Vegas
maybe when
thing.
she did, yeah, maybe when she did. Remember when she did those like 3 nights in Atlantic City or whatever it was? It's like maybe
Mm-hmm.
this will be like a different type of venue. It won't even look
Not
like
Atlantic State, not Atlantic City.
stadium tower, but we'll see. Who Am I to Judge podcast is getting their own Patreon, honey, and we're talking about our Queen Bee. You know we love her so much, so of course we had to have a separate spot for us to just talk all things Beyonce. We're talking music, we're talking documentaries, we're talking relationships, we're talking love addiction, everything, all things Beyonce. So if you want to hear some real BeyHive talk, click the link in the bio. Launching December 27th. Go check it out.
Good job, B.
But this is a good segue into Beyonce because I did want to touch on one, Cowboy Carter got rated the second best album of 2024, and on the number one album was Brat by Charlie XCX.
I have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you pay attention to this every year? Or like
Usually,
just
yeah. Actually, usually me and Julia will like look through the list and like identify the ones we know and like if we agree or not. Like who was in like the top like 50 or top 25 even, I think. Like Tyla's album.
Who was
Glorilla, I
last
think was
year?
number 25. Um there
I'm
was, and I was really happy
curious.
for her. I was like, that's actually like respectable.
Yeah.
And then it was like, um, Taylor Swift wasn't even in the top 10. It was like funny.
Okay.
But yeah, like I was just like, I don't know. I feel like so they kind of talked about Cowboy Carter being like basically a dissertation level of an album, like the level of research it took to like make it,
Mm-hmm.
and then to create a body of work that like kind of tells you the history, but it's also an artistic experience. It's also like culturally relevant. Like basically, it made a huge impact. I think Brat got number one though because of its like Beyonce obviously is an international superstar, so like don't take what I'm saying as like this is not like she's not an international superstar, but I think they were kind of saying that like a UK artist was able to like take the UK pop scene by storm, but also the American pop scene by storm to the point where it was like a cultural symbol in the US, and she's not even from there, and a cultural symbol in the UK. Like its reach was just insane for this, this summer. Everyone was talking about Brat Summer. Charlie XCX was everywhere.
Can you explain to us,
I feel like
like,
I don't even have a
what,
good. Go ahead.
just like what Brat Summer is? Like, if we could like just get a little explanation on like, I guess like, so it was an album, and then it's like, how do you use it in context? Like, teach us how to be young and cool.
So this is the thing. I am not young and cool. I just like the fucking music. And I feel like I have like tried to explain Brat to Shahani once, and like I was just like fumbling. But what I'll say is this is what Charlie XCS. I've always thought of it as like it's like an angsty but like carefree like party girl, like fuck my flaws, fuck my like ego, let's just like fucking party type of thing. Like that's how I've kind of
Feral.
like that. Yeah, like exactly. That's kind of how I always interpreted it. But let's see what Charlie XCX says.
I know. I'm looking at. You're right. It says, while the word brat usually invokes feelings of middle school angst, Brat Summer is all about accepting your imperfections while embracing the chaos.
Okay, yeah, so I was kind of right.
It's just interesting to me, like, as a, somebody that's like into marketing, which I need to listen to the album because like, maybe the music will give me more context
I mean, the
of
music is
this.
a party album. Like the songs in the album are songs that you would only like take acid, take Molly, and go to a club with. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no song where it's like I can say like the songs are party songs.
Like, and like, is it electronic dance music, or is it like, what is it?
I would call it like club mix, like I don't want to say electronic. I don't know if that's the word, but it's like club mix. Yeah, I guess electronic high
Does it have
beat.
like a big like a big drop, or is it like,
No, I mean
okay,
some do, but I mean I feel
right,
like
that's not like that.
it's
Okay.
just like if you're in a club. Like I feel like imagine if you were in a club in I don't fucking know, Denmark, like somewhere
Brooklyn.
else, not
Okay. Oh,
Brooklyn, a
in
club
Denmark.
in like
Where
a
is she
different
from?
place. She's from London, I think.
Okay.
But like,
Okay.
imagine if you're a
Okay.
club in
It's
London, the
like
lights were low, there was a
European
bunch of
club
like
music.
laser
Got it.
lights.
Yeah.
You were high on a pill or snorted something. The music that you hear is this music. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's just like
Interesting.
party music,
But
and I
you
feel like
loved it.
yes. I mean, I just like
Okay.
I love this is my thing. I am a pop girly, and I'm also a person who can listen to like
Mm-hmm.
most types of music. Country, I'm really just I just really can't get into it. But
I
other
thought
than
you
that,
liked country music.
I like the chicks. And that's it. That's what I'm saying. Country music I can't really get into because of what it represents. I like the chicks because of who they are. But it's just like and their talent. But it's just like other than that, I'm a pop girly. I can listen to anything. And so it's just like when I heard that people were like loving this album was like starting to make like an impact in the US. Everyone was talking about it. I was like, I must listen. And in my first listen, I loved it. Like, it was just like it was like I loved it. But then I remember Julia was in the car and was like, turn this off. So it's just like I feel like it just depends. But
Interesting.
like
Do
I
you
am a
feel that
person.
it should be number one? Just because of its reach, you said.
Mm-hmm. I think if they were going by metrics of reach, I don't know. It's funny because when Julia was like telling me like the albums on there, I immediately thought Cowboy Carter was getting number one. You know, but I think of things when I think of best, I think of like intention, like how
Yes.
rigorous it is. I guess is the word. Impact as well. If it's good music, the musicianship, singing. You know, I think of it all. The whole project, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in my mind, there's nothing more. There's nothing that like meets the mark of what Beyonce did for Cowboy Carter to me. But it seems as though their metrics was reach,
Mm-hmm.
at least for number one this time. And
Yeah.
she did. I mean, this is an UK artist who was affecting like
Yeah,
pop
man.
culture in the
Yes.
US in a very
Right.
big, meaningful way. Like you could turn on SNL, you could turn on the radio, you could turn on TikTok. I mean,
Right.
everyone's talking about Brat Summer. Everyone was using the font, you know, like for
I know,
different
which
things.
is so that part, like the marketing of it is just like this green background, this like
Sorry.
this random you know, font. It's just so simple. It's just crazy how things just can become
And have you seen
take a life of its own. And it's like even like demure, it's like
yes,
there's
exactly.
there's no telling like what is gonna just like take
But
off.
you should listen to the album.
I will.
Mean, there are good songs.
I love a good party. Okay,
yeah,
I'm a sad y'all. I can party.
But yeah, you're absolutely right though. Things can take a life of their own. I mean, even right now, that TikTok dance that's viral, that's like the Tupac song. It's like I love it when you do
me and Alexis are on different sides of TikTok. I would love to see what, like, I would love for you to like look at me swipe my TikTok.
One day we should look at each other's TikToks.
Yes, because seriously, like I do not see that.
What is on your TikTok?
You would probably be laughing what's on my TikTok.
Like hook up your phone right now and tell me the first video you see on TikTok. I'm just curious, like what is your TikTok? Tell me your first videos. Like what are they about?
This is about to be so funny. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna close it out and open it because I was already in it.
So nobody finds it interesting that Moana goes looking for her ancestors.
Okay, so a video about Moana.
But like people thinking deep about like shit like that. You
like
know,
a
like
critical
people,
thought about Moana.
Yes,
Okay.
critical thoughts about something like that. Okay,
what's the next one?
Sources telling me to say immediately that this is a divinely guided message for those.
What is this one?
This is like a reading, like you know, like if you found this video right now, like this is like. Let me go to the next one.
Okay. What is this one?
This one was somebody DJing, but it literally it has no like.
Okay, so those are her first three.
Wait,
those are her first three.
Now I got somebody else selling me something for Smoker.
Okay, Smoker Lips. Okay, now let me do mine.
Another astrology.
Okay, let me do mine. This is what I want you to do. Okay, so my first video is, oh my god, this is weird.
A cat
it's literally
video.
No, it's like football players' wives, and it's Taylor Swift and some girl.
Let me see.
Next.
Hold on, it's like frozen, but it's okay.
The next one is a live of a couple talking. I don't know. And then the last one is a WNBA player, and she's like sharing a song she likes. So yeah, we have
the next one?
Stuff. What's after that? You said?
Mm-hmm.
Housewives. It's Giselle. No, sorry, that's not Giselle. Sorry, the next one is Wicked.
Oh my goodness, yeah. I think mine.
Yeah, we're just on different stuff.
Mine
it's so funny.
Is definitely like. This is like why you need to care about your nervous system regulation and like stuff like that.
Yeah, we just have different TikToks, which is really funny.
But I want you to send me certain stuff because I want to know what's going on your TikTok.
I will. But yeah, I think the point is though that like you're right. There's different things that like take a life of its own, and Brat really did. And I feel like, yeah, I mean, I get it. Like it became a cultural symbol more than just the music. So that makes sense.
I actually have, this is like a departure from that, but I just thought about something I saw. Did you see how like Jack Harlow was like performing like a Elvis Presley song or something, and it's like they're like, okay, the transition is starting, like back, like out of black, you know, and it's just so, it's just like, it's so true. First of all, I didn't click on it to watch it, but just the title in itself,
I saw that.
Like,
that made it over to my TikTok.
Yes, that, I think I saw that on Blue Sky, but
Blue Sky.
But yeah, and it's just so wild. And I was on Reddit. There's like a Kim Kardashian or like a Kardashian snark Reddit, which means like it's basically like people like being critical of them or just like talking about like how they're annoying or whatever.
Yeah.
But they just like put up these pictures of Kylie Jenner, and then it was just like when Kylie was black, and it's just like
all of them have their little phase.
Yes, and it is just so obvious, just like Jack Harlow, just like you know, it's just like
Ariana Grande, the Kardashians. I mean, all of them.
Like you really like came to our like. I feel like Jack Harlow is just such a crazy example of that. Though it's just like you.
I mean,
literally,
Post Malone. Now he's doing country music. Before
exactly.
he was White Over Sun. When I was falling, I was young. Like he was literally White Iverson. Like that was his song. Like
right.
I think you're right. I mean, I think that they understand that like it sells to be a white person doing like quote unquote black stuff, right? Or singing in a black way or doing R&B.
That's
like
what people on my TikTok be talking about too, is like how to protect the culture and like, you know, just like things about being black in 2024 and like learning about our history and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's wild.
It is wild. And like
how do you feel about that, Alexis?
But just like white people.
Like
white people like doing black, like taking over like black culture.
Like Jack Harlow. Like when he came out,
I mean, I don't
like
no, I didn't listen to his music. Because I didn't find it entertaining. I didn't listen to his music.
Okay, but if you liked it, like
I didn't like it.
Like what about you know that
I'm
song?
trying to think if there's anyone.
Dun, 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 baby. Dun, 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 wrong, dun, 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 baby.
I don't know that song.
Just don't wanna make it.
Oh, yeah. Is that Jack Harlow?
$1 Million Babe? No, that's another white person that kind of sounds like.
So this is the thing. I've actually never heard that song in full. I've only heard the TikTok like clips. Like when I tell you, like I don't like. I'm not interested in it. Like, I think the only person close to it that I was interested in was maybe Post Malone. Like, I do like some of Post Malone's music. Other than Post Malone, I can't really think of anyone that else.
But do you like Brent Faiyaz?
Who was that?
Oh God, Alexis.
I'm telling you, that kind of stuff does not interest me. Like white people singing in a black way.
That Brent Faiyaz isn't white. Brent Faiyaz is
I don't know him.
He's the one that has the sound that $1 Million Baby is.
Okay.
Yes. And
this is just to answer your question. How I feel about it is I feel like
you have definitely heard of Brent Faiyaz.
The minute I see it, I think it's exploitive. I know what they're doing. I know that it will sell. And I know that they'll make a lot of money off of it. And I mean, the minute for me, Jack Harlow, I stopped listening to him when they played "Angel in Disguise" by Brandy for him, and he had no idea what it was. And once that happened, I'm like, I cannot respect anyone who like is singing this type of music but doesn't know an iconic Brandy song. And so for me, I'm like, I know it when I usually see it. I know exactly what it is, but I can't lie. Like I do like Post Malone's music. I've always liked Post Malone's music.
Now.
No, I liked it before. Like I liked when he was
being black.
Did White Iverson. I liked when he had that song with Doja Cat. I like all his music. Like I like a lot of Post Malone's music back then. But other than that, that's really the only person. Like I don't really find it attractive. Like Iggy Azalea, I didn't really care about.
I did.
Ariana Grande. I feel like Ariana Grande, I would like her more, but I feel like because she went through such a weird phase in the beginning where she was like cosplaying as a black girl, it kind of turned me off to the point where I never really listened to her music like that.
Yeah.
It just doesn't attract me. What about you?
I mean, some people, like you said, like I just be catching on to people late. Like I was not on this. I did not witness Ariana's rise. Like I just remember hearing I just remember hearing about this girl, and I'm like, okay, like she's cute. And then it's like, oh, okay, she can sing. And it's like, oh, I like this song, like, you know, whatever. like that's kind of like how it was like for Selena Gomez and stuff like that. Just like there's just some holes in my like paying attention to pop culture. But so I can't really comment about Ariana Grande. I will say like I feel like there's definitely been times where I haven't been critical, about it. Like I did like Iggy Azalea's songs like when they first came out, like her first few songs, and then it was just like, okay, girl, like this is weird. Like when you really like sit and think about it, it's just like, why is she talking like this? And but and then like $1 Million Baby, I did play that song this summer and stuff. So I feel like I definitely don't have people that I listen to on a regular basis that have like been cosplaying black and are white. So I don't got nobody on my playlist for real. Like there's just those one like exceptions sometimes when it's like, oh, I like this song, but it's a good reminder that typically it doesn't last, and we always need to be.
No, they
it
make
never
their money
lasts.
and bounce. Okay.
Yes, and we need to be more gatekeeping with the culture because that's why people already feel like it's okay.
I agree, but it's just why it's just like hard for me because I'm like, I just have no faith because it's just like at the end of the day, I feel like we still know people that probably watch the Kardashians. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like at the end of the day, we are, and I feel like we've talked about this before. We are not like organized enough as a community. I feel that like we can truly, I always think about it again, and I've brought this up before. Literally, they were boycotting buses for 3 years to the point where the economy was crashing in Alabama because of the black population
Alexis
was not using the fucking bus system.
But
we would never organize like that again. There's always going to be people who don't care.
There was people then that
yes, but it wasn't. But we outnumbered, is what I'm trying to say. But those people outnumbered. Not we.
I want you to know that, like, I've been seeing stuff on my TikTok, like I said, like about black people like organizing and wanting to organize after this election, like. People,
maybe this is the time.
People were like Walmart was like crickets during Black Friday.
I did see that. I actually did.
There's a lot of people that are like canceling their Amazon memberships. Like we did get 92 people to vote. Like I know it's hard, but yeah, like we did show up to vote. So I don't want to say that we can't organize. There always are going to be outliers, but we can definitely direct the wave. Like, okay, there's always going to be that one, like I was going to say Uncle Tom's like type person, but just like, Samuel L. Jackson on Django. Like there's always going to be that one person, but we can outnumber and make a difference. So Alexis, what are you laughing about?
I'm all for it. I'm just laughing at you. I was like, it's just funny. I hope so. I really hope so, my friend. I really hope so. But I do think that typically people do like, they know it's gonna hit. They know it's a attractive
I do agree with you. Like there's been enough reason why, like, people should have been not looking
like
at,
there's right. That's what I'm saying.
Like when I go to
people that watch the Kardashians.
When I go to Kylie Jenner's, when I looked at those pictures on Reddit, maybe I'll put a couple on here. I was just like, oh my god! Like,
but all of them had a face. Kim had a. I know. Butt. Like they were wearing basically damn near knotless boho braids.
I know that, but it still is just like, whoa, like. It is still just whoa.
Oh, that's so funny. Well, we did want to touch on the fact that this weekend, was it?
Yes. This past Friday.
Another dear like DMV, I don't even know what you want to call icon, maybe, or just like community leader,
a very important person of our community
due to gun violence. And I don't know. I mean, it's very sad, and I feel like this comes on the heels of so many other people that I was telling Julia, I was like, so many people that we have known have died over the past like 2 to 3 years.
Yes.
That are men, Black men specifically.
Yes, and it's just very, very close to home. Like it happened not far from where I grew up and where my parents live, and where a lot of our, friends and family live. And it's just it's a devastating loss for our community. This man, like, we have seen him grow up. Like, we, were introduced to Neil when we were in high school. We were babies.
High school, I know.
And so now, like, just have his life just cut short in the way that it was. It is absolutely devastating. Our community is still processing. I know I am just still processing.
I'm processing that, but more so just like how like dangerous it's starting to get, that like you can literally, and just how crazy people are, that you can literally just get in an argument with someone, in front of a restaurant, and then they come back with a gun and like kill you. I know this person's getting charged with 1st and 2nd degree murder, which makes me think there was like an altercation. He went to get a gun, came back with the intent to kill. And I'm just like, when did we get to this point? In the DMV? And maybe it's always been like that and we were in a bubble. I don't know. Like, I do remember growing up and like being in PG Plaza once and everyone having to get down because there was like bullets getting like, shot at PG Plaza. I will say I grew up going to Jasper's pretty much every fucking weekend with my parents. Like, that was their favorite restaurant. But I mean, I don't know. It's just interesting.
No, it was. I mean, I don't know if we were just guarded from.
We might have been sheltered, and it's always been this way. I don't know.
I mean, I know that there has been. I just feel like our area, in specifically like PG County, like around Lake Arbor and stuff, like has been pretty safe. Like, like there's I don't remember ever like hearing about shootings that happen like in my neighborhood or anywhere like in a super close radius. But yeah, I mean, we're not crazy. Like, there is an uptick of violence in this area, and places like Baltimore have been dealing with this for a lot longer, like in just more dramatic ways. But I know Mayor Brandon Scott is the mayor of Baltimore. They're really like trying to cut down on gun violence and like give people other options. And so I mean, as a community, like, we have to like organize, because just like more even just more education of just like, trying to get people to understand, even if it reaches a couple people, that's just like,
and maybe mental health services too, because someone who's like quick to anger and like quick to like to the point of shooting is not mentally okay.
No. I was just telling Danielle, I was like, I went to this meeting and it was like it was kind of like a workshop about internal family systems, and it was about how we have these different parts of ourselves, and if we start identifying how a part of you feels versus like it's like a part of me feels disrespected, and that kind of gives you some distance versus like, oh, like that, like I'm disrespected. I gotta protect my, like, like they're gonna think that I'm blah blah. And it's just like, yeah, there is a mental health piece of that, and it's like being able to separate get yourself out of that like panic mode, and like literally, because when you feel like you're offline, and I'm going like this because it's like your frontal lobe is offline, you are not making conscious decisions, and you're not you don't have any space from what you're feeling. And it is an epidemic, and especially men. I'm just like, these men got to get together. Like, women are not out here shooting
I just
each
think
other.
there should be, and then I also think there should be severe excommunication,
yes,
for
period.
people who do those, the perpetrators, but then also people who like
are
at
out
all
and
co-sign,
yes.
who at all co-sign,
yes.
or like even flirt with this like idea of like lifestyle.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we have grown up with people who have tried to play this like bad boy, tough guy, like persona, and even that to me should be at this point now where it's like like that's enough to get excommunicated.
Yes.
Like, we don't need to glorify or make that seem like that is cool in any way, shape, or form. Like,
and especially because I keep on saying this, we were able to grow up with our fathers and without a risk of them getting
being able
shot.
to go out to eat.
Yes, going out to eat, or even getting an argument with somebody, getting an argument with somebody about,
and know you're
who
gonna
knows
leave.
what.
About like
know you're
parking
gonna
spot, and know you're gonna live.
Exactly. And you have children. Like, we're at an age where it's like, yes, people have children and they need to get back home to their kids. And so it's like, these kids don't deserve this reality that is happening right now. And something has to happen. Like, I'm really, I have been passionate about this since it's been just super close to home, like you said, in the past couple of years. And it's like, yeah, it is sad and it's scary, because it is like, you have to, like, I don't go out that much because it's just like, you never know what's gonna happen.
Right?
Yes, and it's crazy because a lot of people, it's like, first of all, you don't even have to be just going out. Like, you could
literally be running an errand and get hit by a fucking stray bullet,
or like, just going, just doing regular shit. Yeah, doing regular shit. But it's also just like, yeah, it's just.
It's just really sad, and I think that like I want to think more about it, but I do think something needs to happen that is harsh in the sense of excommunication, that is also preventative, something like mental health thinking. But I don't think, like, to me, and I feel like that's like also a reason why I've like very early on, like probably early college, stopped like going out and hanging out with the certain group that we were hanging out with, like the bigger group, because I feel like I kind of recognized many things, but one of them was that like I'm just don't think this shit's cute. Like, some of the stuff that like the men around us were like acting and behaving, it's like, I don't think that's cute. I don't think it's funny. I don't like why are you behaving this way? And I just feel like there really should be like harsh consequences for the people who do it and the people that like act as though it's cool to behave this way. And I kind of agree with our classmate who retweeted that article and was just like, over a fucking argument, like, you gotta fucking grow up. Like, and that's kind of how I feel. It's like, at a certain point, you just have to grow up, and you have to understand that like we actually
those days are over. Like,
those days are over.
We are not
even existed, right? They shouldn't have even existed. And it's just like, we're in the DMV. We're in PG County. We are in the richest Black like county in America. Like, we grew up in, even the people who went to public schools, like, grew up in gated communities, grew up with Black doctors and Black chefs and artists around us at our fingertips. There's no excuse for you to be living in PG County or born and bred in PG County and behaving this way. And so it's just like, for me, it should be like complete excommunication. But I want to think more about it, because I do think that there's, preventative structures too. But it's just really sad. And I just, we pray for his family. And,
oh my God.
May he rest in peace. And hopefully, he will be the last.
We love you, Neil. And I am so devastated by this. Like I said, I'm still processing this. Like, I was blessed enough to see him on Wednesday when I went out that before Thanksgiving. And yeah, Neil is just like, he was just a light. Like, he really always showed love. And I feel like sometimes in DC too, it's like people we don't realize how short life is sometimes, and like, you know, just be acting all whatever. Like Neil's never on that. And I also just feel like it's really sad because he was actively doing this work that we're talking about, like being with the youth and, you know, being a present father. Like, you know, it's just like we don't have, like, we can't be losing people like that are actually taking the time out
Doing
of
the
their
work,
day
yeah.
and life and doing that. Like, we can't afford that. And the last thing I'll say is Black people, we are cool. We can make anything cool. So I want my Black men, and maybe this is something that I'll talk to, like, you know, our friends in our community, our brothers in community, like, let's make a t-shirt. Let's make like a slogan that is just like, not, you know, just like something that's just like, that shit's lame, you know, like whatever, you know, saying hashtag or whatever. Like, I really do think that needs to start happening because these people are cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, they do have a impact on the community, and especially if it's just like, we're not, like, that's what it's gonna take, like multiple people being like, we're not on that shit. Like, what? Like, you're weird if you are acting like that, you know?
Yeah, and I hope that people have the courage to do that. Where it's
I
just
think
like,
that they,
you know,
I think that they are ready. Like, from what I hear from, I mean, the men in the community have lost best friends. Like, this is like, I can't imagine having lost some of my best like childhood friends over the past couple of years. Like, it breaks my heart. Please, if you're listening, pray for our community. Pray for Neil and his family and his son. I'm going to put the meal train link in our show notes. So if you're able to donate to Neil's family, this link will allow you to donate money for meals or donate a meal, so that they can have support during this time. But yeah, we love all of you in the community that are listening, and we're gonna do something. We're gonna
we'll
do
think of
something.
something.
We are.
Well, thanks, y'all. Remember to like,
Yes.
subscribe, review, leave a comment on all our socials. We have some fun things rolling out in December, at the end of December, so stay tuned. Stay tapped in.
Yes.
And that's all for now.
We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening. Remember to email us your discussion topics at whoamitojudgepod@gmail.com. Also, remember to subscribe to Who Am I to Judge podcast on Spotify and everywhere you get your podcasts. If you love us, please rate us and review. And if you don't, leave us alone. Tell a friend to tell a friend. See y'all next week. Bye, friends.